Episode 3, No Way Out. The heavy wooden door groaned as Alex pushed himself off it, his breaths ragged. The others sprawled across the cold stone floor, gasping for air. Sweat dripped down their faces, their limbs trembling from the frantic sprint up the spiraling staircase. The creature's guttural screech still echoed in their ears. Riley was the first to break the silence. "So, just throwing this out there. Why are we still in the house?" Noah stood up and turned in a slow circle, scanning their surroundings. The flickering beam of his flashlight illuminated a massive, circular room with arched doorways stretching into darkness. Ancient symbols lined the walls, carved deep into the stone. "This doesn't make sense," Noah muttered, checking the map on his tablet. "We should be outside." The stairs led up, but we're still trapped, Jade finished. She crossed her arms tightly, rubbing her shoulders. "I don't like this." Alex turned to the others. "Okay." No one panicked. "We just need to find another way out." Riley gave him a flat stare. "Oh, sure. Let's just take the conveniently labeled exit door and stroll out like this isn't a demonic maze." Jade nudged him. Sarcasm isn't helping. "Neither is pretending we aren't in deep trouble," Riley shot back. A distant click interrupted them. The sound of grinding stone followed, and suddenly, the torches mounted on the walls flared to life with eerie green flames. The room was bathed in an unnatural glow, casting long, shifting shadows. Then the doors started opening, all of them. Guys?" Sam backed toward the center of the room, raising his crowbar. "I don't think we're alone." A low whisper slithered through the air. "You shouldn't be here." The voice wasn't singular. It layered over itself, dozens, no, hundreds, of voices speaking in eerie unison. The shadows in the doorways twisted and moved, shifting into distorted figures with elongated limbs and hollow, glowing eyes. "Move!" Alex yelled. They ran, bolting toward the nearest archway. The whispering grew into a chorus of anguished cries as the figures emerged, their bodies flickering like smoke. Riley let out a strangled yelp as a shadow clawed at his arm, leaving an icy burn on his skin. "They can touch us," he cried, stumbling. Jade grabbed his wrist and yanked him forward. "Then don't stop." They sprinted through a narrow hallway, their footsteps echoing wildly. The walls pulsed as if alive, shifting slightly when they brushed against them. The air was thick, suffocating, filled with the scent of decay and something metallic. Blood? Noah, glancing back, nearly tripped. "They're still coming. Just keep going." Alex barked. They burst into another circular chamber, skidding to a halt. Like the last one, this one had more archways leading in different directions. "Oh, you've got to be kidding me," Sam groaned. "It's a freaking loop." The shadows poured in from the hallway behind them, their whispering now a maddening cacophony. The walls trembled, the symbols glowing brighter. "We have to do something," Jade shouted. Noah's eyes darted around the room. His gaze landed on an intricate sigil in the center of the floor. "That." He pointed. "It's a warding circle." "And what now?" Riley demanded. "A protective symbol." Noah ran toward it, swiping dust off the carvings. "If we activate it, it might hold them back." "And how do we do that?" Sam asked, swinging his crowbar at an approaching shadow. It passed right through, but still staggered back. Noah frantically studied the symbols. "These markings. I think we need to." A sudden, deafening shriek cut him off. The figures stopped moving, and the shadows trembled. Then, as if yanked by an invisible force, they vanished. The torches dimmed, their eerie green glow fading into silence. For a long moment, none of them spoke. Their heavy breaths filled the room. Did we win?" Riley asked cautiously. "No," Noah murmured. Something scared them away. The air grew colder. Then they heard it. A slow, deliberate click, 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 the sound of something with long claws tapping against a stone. It echoed from one of the archways, growing closer. Not good, not good, not good, Riley hissed. Alex tightened his grip on his flashlight. Run. They didn't wait for further instruction. They bolted down a random hallway, their lungs burning, their hearts hammering in their chests. Behind them, the clicking grew faster, more erratic. A deep, guttural growl rumbled through the walls. Then, crash. Something massive smashed through the corridor behind them, sending chunks of stone flying. They barely ducked in time to avoid being crushed. Dust and debris clouded the air as the creature emerged. It was huge, 8 feet tall, with elongated limbs and a grotesque, contorted face. Its empty sockets burned with eerie green light. A jaw too large for its face stretched into a hideous grin. Then it sprinted. Split up. Alex shouted. The group scattered. Sam and Jade veered left, while Alex, Noah, and Riley took the right path. The creature hesitated, then turned and pursued Alex's group. Oh, come on! Riley yelled. They tore through the corridors, twisting and turning blindly. The creature was fast, unnaturally so. Its limbs bent in ways that defied logic, allowing it to lunge forward in unnatural strides. Every time they turned a corner, it was right there. This isn't working. Noah gasped. We need to slow it down. How? Riley shrieked. Alex grabbed a loose torch from the wall. With fire. He spun, hurling the flaming torch straight at the creature's face. It hit with a whoosh, igniting the shadows surrounding it. The creature let out a blood-curdling screech, staggering back as the flames licked at its form. Go. Now. Alex shouted. They ran again, this time spotting a heavy iron door at the end of the corridor. That better not be locked. Riley wheezed. Noah shoved it with all his might. It groaned open just enough for them to squeeze through. They slammed it shut just as the creature lunged, its claws scraping against the metal with an ear-piercing screech. Silence followed. The three of them slumped against the door, panting. Where are we now? Riley mumbled weakly. Noah flicked on his flashlight. The beam revealed an ancient wooden staircase leading downward into what looked like an endless void. Oh, great, Riley muttered. Because down has worked so well for us so far. Alex exhaled, wiping sweat from his forehead. We don't have a choice. We need to regroup with the others and find a real way out. Riley groaned, pushing himself up. Fine. But if we die, I am haunting all of you. Together, they started their descent into the unknown. End of episode 3.